Hi, I'm Federica Franzellitti, and you're watching the Permanent Rain Press.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press. Today I am happy to be joined by Federica Franzellitti. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm looking forward to diving more into Monica and Diaries, but to start off, what can you share about your background in the arts and when you knew you had a love for performing?
When I was a child, I always loved watching movies, TV series, and interviews of my favorite actors. As I showed interest in acting, and I gradually realized that I wanted to act when I grew up.
Favorite childhood TV series, movies, what were those for you growing up?
When I was a child, I loved watch uh, Disney Channel.
That's a good one, Disney Channel. Classics, obviously. Have you studied or done any training in film?
Before shooting the series, I always did acting classes. And when I got the news I was being cast as Monica, I intensified my studies, for example, by taking courses based on some scene.
Now, what can you share about your audition process for Diaries?
My agency informed me that there would be an audition for a series, and we were seven girls for the same roles. We had to prepare a presentation on our lives and a scene of diaries. And a few days later, the production called me and told me that I obtained the role.
And I'm sure that was a very exciting moment for you and your family. Where were you when you found out that you had
I
booked
was
this role?
at home. Yes,
Yeah.
I was at home with my mom and my dad, all of my family.
So, what did you enjoy about playing Monica and her qualities, and what challenged you with this character?
Monica and I are very similar, so it wasn't very difficult to play her. But a quality that I really liked is her intelligence. I really love. But one thing that challenged me was the jealousy that Monica had towards Isabel.
And we'll get into her relationship with Isabel in just a moment, but we do meet Monica's parents briefly, but we don't see much of her life at home. So I was wondering if you spoke with your writers or director in terms of elements of her personal life that we didn't get to see.
To play her, I talked to the production and writers of the series about her characteristics, but not about her family life. But I like to imagine her family was affectionate and very calm. And I think that education she has at home affects her behavior at school.
Which was your favorite scene to be a part of and why?
My favorite scene that Monica was in is the one where Isabel and Monica make up. I really love that scene because I think it's very important for their friendship and marks a personal growth of both of them.
I absolutely loved that scene. I wanted to talk about some other scenes that you were in to hear your thoughts. The wolf at school in episode 4. What was it like working with that Czech wolf dog?
Working with a Czech wolf dog was a particular experience, but fun at the same time. He was very calm and very comfortable. And during the breaks, we played a lot with him.
In episode 8, she is catfished by Giulio in a horrible prank. Take me through filming the scene where she receives the video of the ghost and what she's feeling because she was so excited to meet this secret admirer of hers.
The scene about the prank was a very important scene for Monica. So to make it as realistic as possible, I looked myself in a room to create the exact mood of Monica, and everything from there naturally came to me. When Monica found out that everything was a joke, she was disappointed and sad, but she found comfort in Isabel, and I felt so sorry for her.
Yeah, and there weren't a lot of words in that scene. And at the same time, in the show, in the season one, there was not a lot of tears. So to see that, I just thought you did a beautiful job with it because you could feel her
Thank you.
pain through the screen,
Thank you.
truly. And then knowing that it was Giulio once again, how come Monica would rather work with Isabel to play their own prank instead of like telling a teacher or the school administration?
I think Monica feels protected by Isabel, and that's why she preferred to make pranks with her best friend, also because they are defenders of justice. And the moment at the catwalk was a personal revenge for all the girls.
In episodes 9 and 10, we see Monica and Giulio have to study history together, and she's the one who discovers his dyslexia. And she has good intentions, but she ends up humiliating Giulio in front of the teacher and the class. Why does she care so much after what he has done to her?
She cares because finally she discovers that beneath that Julius careless mask, there is a boy who struggles studying. When Monica sees that Julio is making it, she's so proud of him. And after receiving his thank you, smile is more happy.
And that was something very unexpected for her. You could see the surprise on her face when he thanks her in front of everyone. But it was like a full circle moment. I'm curious about the Tancredi concert. First of all, how was it being on that set? And did Monica ever talk to the guy that she was exchanging looks with?
Monica doesn't know anything about that boy, but she might find out in the future. Who knows?
How powerful did it feel in episode 15 with 2D looking down at the parents and the teachers fighting for their school?
During episode 15, they were demonstrating because they were scared about losing their school. And I think Monica didn't back down. She was risking her success at school, but she understood that the all important thing was her friends.
And that was really important for like her to realize because she spent years dedicating time and effort to school, and like you mentioned, she's risking a lot, but her friends are more important to her in that moment. Now, as a viewer, which scene was your favorite so that Monica was not in?
My favorite scene as a viewer is the one where every character goes to Oyama's party because we see all of them having fun and together, obviously. And the party was shot the last of filming, and I already finished the Monica scenes, so I wasn't supposed to be there, but I went anyway to say goodbye to everyone.
I'm sure it was nice for you to be there, even though you weren't in the scene, get to spend a bit more time with them before the season finished filming. I loved watching Monica and Isabel's friendship through the season because it was tested early on. She felt like she was losing Isabel to Livia. Take me through what Monica was feeling after seeing the photos of Isabel at Ariana's party and why she was so upset.
When Monica saw the photos, she feels so betrayed because lying to your best friend to go to a party is not nice. And I think she was very angry to Isabel. I'm not like Monica, but this behavior would be brother to me too.
You shared many scenes with Sophia as Isabel. Did the two of you spend any additional time together, just the two of you, to get to know one another and build that friendship off screen?
During the preparation period, Sophia and I spent a lot of time together for getting to know each other and studying our scenes. And from that moment, all the scenes came to us spontaneously.
And for you and Sophia, like so you said, it was really easy to work with her. How would you describe her as a person and getting that opportunity to act with her?
She's very intelligent. I love her, and I always loved her. She was during the shooting series. She was my. She became a very great friend. She was like a best friend to me.
And it's so nice to take these friendships and relationships out of the show. What might you like to see from Monica and her story if you are renewed for a season 2?
If you were renewed for a season 2, I would like to see Monica in love because in the first season she's a bit unlucky.
Yeah, I would love to see that. And as we know, there is maybe some person who knows what the future could hold. Now, do you have any specific wish list items for any other characters in the show?
If you were renewed for a season 2, I hope to see Pietro and Olivia together again because I love their couple. Mirko and Daniele happy, and Giulio finally discovering his potential.
For Mirko and Daniele, do you think that that is together as romantically or just as friends?
I hope they will stay together like a couple.
Here we have someone who supports them. I know that a lot of
I love
fans.
Mirko and Daniele together.
It is a cute pairing. We spoke with Biagio and Pietro about that, and I think they have a bit of opposing, but I know that it's in the writer's hands, and you're confident that the writers would deliver a good story for them. Take me behind the scenes. What are some of your favorite memories from set and working with this cast and crew?
My favorite behind moments, the scene moments, were when in the breaks we were all together in the dressing rooms, laughing, singing, and preparing the scenes.
The cast has become so close. Do you still see a lot of them today? Tell me about that friendship.
Before filming, none of us knew each other. We met on set and we became friends. After the release of Diaries, sometimes we organize days to spend time together.
And not only the cast, but I know your families have become really close as well. The response to the show has been very positive. A lot of support on social media like Instagram and TikTok. What have you seen, or what messages have you received, and what has that meant to you?
Every day when I open my accounts on social media, I see a lot of DMs of people that saw the series and write to me that they love it. And they show me their support even with edits and photos of us. I'm very happy that a lot of people like the series, but it feels strange to have people my age that write to me. But I'm very grateful because sometimes like this never happened to me and I didn't expect this.
In terms of music, I'm curious, who are some of your favorite musicians that you've been listening to?
I listen a lot of music and my playlist is full of different genre. For example, you can find Britney Spears, you can find Maneskin, Eminem, Ozuna, and Adele. But one of my favorite singers are Harry Styles and some Italian artists.
I have a signature question for you. If you could be any ice cream flavor, which would you be and why?
If I were an ice cream flavor, I would be pistachio. First of all, because it's my favorite, and because it's a flavor that goes well with all the other flavors, like me. I'm a person who gets along with everyone, and pistachio is a flavor that is sweet, delicate, and salty at the same time. And I'm a mixture of these three qualities.
I love it. Thank you so much, Federica, for taking the
Oh,
time to chat. I really appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Make sure to catch Federica in Diaries. Season 1 is out on Netflix. We have more interviews with cast coming soon, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.